Hello. Welcome to Wednesday's functional fitness class. The class aims to put a bit of pizzazz back into your life. If you are new to the class, you'll need a chair without arms that has quite a good firm base, a kitchen chair or a dining room chair. If you could do with some exercise bands as well. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. But if you don't have exercise bands, it doesn't matter, because you can just still do the movements without using the bands. It just means that you won't have any anything to pull against. It's a bit dull, and so I switched some lights on, but they're reflecting on the staircase. So I'm just going to change it. Oh. That's a bit better. I bet Cecil B. DeMille never had all this trouble with his lighting. Right, anyway, yes, so a chair and some exercise bands. It doesn't matter if you don't have exercise bands, but it would be good if you're going to keep coming to the class if you could get them. The class is in 3 parts. There's a warm-up, the main body of the exercise, and then we do some stretching at the end. All the exercises should be done at your own capability. We do 10 repetitions of each. If you can't do 10, that's fine. Just do what you can. If you can't do the full range of movement of some of the exercises, that's fine. Just do what you can. If you could do everything perfectly, then you wouldn't need this class. You would need a more advanced class. So don't worry if you find it difficult, but consistency is what will make you fitter and make you better able to function with everyday tasks, activities for daily living, ADL. Hence the name functional fitness. Right, I'm just going to get going now. Too much chat. So we're just going to start by marching on the spot. Now, if you can, do it on your toes. If you can't, doesn't matter. Just do what you can. We're not going to do it very vigorously. Have a slightly exaggerated swing of your arms to warm up your shoulder joints and mobilize your shoulder joints. But other than that, we're not going to do anything particularly vigorous just now. That's not to say we're going to get very vigorous later on, but we're just going to be very gentle here. 3, 2, 1. Right. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to put your hand on your shoulder and make your arm like a wing, sticking out at 180 degrees from your body. Pretend that you've got a pencil sticking out from your elbow, and we're going to do 5 nice big circles, full range of movement. 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to do 5 forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to do the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The next arm one we're going to do is we're just going to cross our arms like this. If you can, get your elbows on top of each other, but it doesn't matter if you can't get them that far forward. And we're just going to bring them back so that they're in line with your back straight. And you can alternate going under and over. So we're going to do that. Was 1, that's 2, 3. Just do what you can. 4, nice and slow and controlled. You don't want your arms flailing about. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, give your shoulders a bit of a wriggle. Right, put your hands by your waist, and we're just going to gently bring our knee up to the hands. If you can't reach your hands, it doesn't matter. Your hands are just there as a sort of guide. So if you can get your hands up to your knees, that's fine. If you can't, just do it where you can. That's absolutely fine. When you are putting them down, place them down. Don't let gravity plonk them down. If you want, you can try it on your toes. Gives it a bit more of a bounce, and it also makes it a little bit of a balance challenge. If you're very hardcore, you could go sideways. just to get a twist in your spine. I can feel it in the small of my back there. But if you want to just keep doing this, that's absolutely fine. 3, 2, 1. Some of the warm-up exercises, we don't do 10 of them. We just do them until I get a bit fed up. Right, we're going to go into a sort of routine that I do, which is actually only 4 exercises, but it's really, I think it's really good, mainly because I invented it. Well, I didn't invent it, but I put it together, and it ticks a lot of boxes because it's quite good for you aerobically. It's good for strength. It's good for warming up your muscles. It's good for mobilizing your joints. It's good for balance. It's good for coordination. It's not so good for flexibility, but that's just about the only box it doesn't tick. It can't make you tea either, unfortunately. I'm going to put the camera down just a tad. There we go. I think that was a tad too much, because my head seems to have disappeared. Right. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is a heel dig, like that. And then you're going to anchor your elbows into your waist, and you're going to do a bicep curl with the opposite arm. So you're doing a heel dig and a bicep curl with the opposite arm. 3, 2, slow down a bit. 1. The next thing we're going to do, just let me get rid of this. The next thing we're going to do is just going to take a step to the side, but at the same time, we're going to do prayer hands. So you're going to go out to the side. Both hands out, one leg out. Well, obviously, you wouldn't be able to put both legs out, would you? That would be a bit difficult. Try and imagine you've got headlights on your knees. So keep them facing forwards. 3, 2, 1. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take a step back, just a step back. And at the same time, your arms are going to come forward. So remember the headlights on your toes, on your knees. I've got new shoes on today and they haven't got much grip. They're slipping a bit. Well, they're not new shoes, they're old shoes. Splay your fingers a bit. Give your fingers a bit of a workout. Your hands a bit of a workout. 3, 2, 1. And then the last one, we're just going to do a toe tap, just like that. And at the same time, you're just going to swing your arm. Nice and relaxed. Opposite arm, of course. It's always opposite arm and leg. 3, 2, 1. This is where the coordination comes in because we're going to put it all together. So, heel dig, side, back, toe tap. 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 We're going to go a little bit faster. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. If you feel yourself floundering, don't worry, just keep at it. Just catch up again and just keep at it, and eventually it will come. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. One more time. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Fabulous. Right, we're going to go into the main body of the exercise now because we've been working hard to warm ourselves up. And the first thing we're going to start with is a squat, the dreaded squat. And a squat is sitting down without the chair. So it's like that. A lot of people, when they go to squat, they squat their knees down like that, but it's not. It's sticking your bottom out, and you need to strengthen your thighs and strengthen your glutes. And that's why a lot of people can't do it, because their legs are not strong enough. You start with your feet at least hip width apart. Your knees don't come over your toes, so you're going back, and your knees don't come together. That's a sign of weak muscles here. If you can't do a free squat, you only need to go down just a little bit. You don't have to go right down, just there, just until your thighs and your glutes are taking the strain. But if you feel a little bit stable doing that, because when you do a squat, your weight is in your heels, so there's a tendency to fall backwards. Just get the chair and hold on to the chair, get in the right position, and just go down. Just hold on to the chair, not for strength, don't lean on it, but just for balance, and just go down as far as you can, as you feel you can, maintaining good technique. As soon as your knees have a tendency to come in, just pull it back a bit and just go down as far as you can. Okay? If you wanted to, you could try standing up from the chair without using your hands. But I think it's better. I used to do that, but I've come to the conclusion it's better, if you can't do a free squat, to hold on to the back of the chair and learn to do one. I think standing up from the chair is actually quite difficult. Right, anyway, we're going to do 10. I'm going to do 5 side on and 5 front on. So remember, at your own capability. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't bow. Try and keep your torso as upright as possible. 5, 6, 7. You should be able to see in front of you. 8. You shouldn't be looking at the floor. 9. 10. Woof. That was quite. Right, we need the band now. If you don't have a band, just do the movements. So we're going to, I'm going to move this up again just a tad. Going to hold the band here. Have your elbows in by your sides like that. And hold the band. Hold your hands up like this. And we're just going to straighten our arms. Okay? Now, you don't use a weak band for this. It doesn't matter if you can't get your arms straight. If you can't get them straight, release the tension on the band a bit. Maybe not use the band at all to begin with, and practice the movements. But it's up to you how you do it, or how many you do. So we're going to do 10, and we're going to go. 1, don't let the band boing back in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Did you manage all 10? Jolly good if you did. Right, now, my favourite. We're going to do a side bend, and side bends are brilliant for your core. I get asked a lot about falling, and you need a strong core to help prevent falling. So, with your feet at least hip width apart, we're going to go just down to the side. See if you can touch your knee, get as far as your knee. If you can't, it doesn't matter. If you want to, you don't have to. Put one hand above your head. But if you're going to do that, straighten your arm so that you're actually using the muscles in the arm. And you're not leaning forward like I was then. It's just to the side. And then up we come. 1. And then back down again. 2. I'm definitely better at this than I was when we first started, about 18 months ago. 3. 4. 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Oof, there we go. Now we're going to do some arm exercises. I know we did some in the warm-up, and I used to do these in the warm-up, but I like them so much that I've reintroduced them or swapped them to the main workout. The first one is just raising one arm above your head and the other one comes out behind. If you can't get your arm by your ear, absolutely fine. Do it where you can, but don't force it. We're going to do 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. The only reason I went to take it off to cut it off is because I didn't want it ringing and ringing. The next one we're going to do is standing with your hands by your thighs, your palms touching. I'm going to go on my knees so as you can see above my head, but you don't need to go on your knees, obviously. So your hands are there. You're going to twist them outwards, bring them up above your head, touch them if you can. If not, bring them to wherever you can. Turn them again and bring them back down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fabulous. One more arm. Arms out here, elbows at 90 degrees or wherever you can get them. Touch your elbows together and out. If you can't get your elbows together, again, do what you can. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fabulous. Give your arms a bit of a shake and a wiggle because you've worked your arms quite hard. The next thing we're going to do is a balance exercise. Now, those of you that have been with me a long time will remember that we started off just doing it on one leg and then we started doing it round the clock and things. I've introduced a new one mainly to sort of decrease the monotony, but also it gives a more realistic scenario because you don't stand in normal life. You don't stand and you don't do that with your leg. So what we're going to do is you're going to start with your right leg and we're going to take 1, 2, 3 steps forward and then bring the leg up and we're going to hold it. And then if you can, using your left leg, go back 2, 3 and bring your right leg up. If you can't, if you feel unsure or unstable going back walking backwards. Put your leg down, turn around, lift up the leg again. 1, 2, 3, up, and then turn around again. Okay? So we're going to do it 10 times. So 2, 3, up, back, 2, 3, up. Forward, 2, 3, up, back, 2, 3, up. Forward, 2, 3, up, back, 2, 3, up. I'm losing count, I think. I think this is number 4. Those of you that have been with me a while will remember, will remember that this is 5. Counting and talking are not my strong points. They are separately, but not together. 1, 2, 3, up, whoop, up. That's 5. So 1, 2, 3, up. I'll concentrate now. Back, 2, 3, 1. Forward, 2, 3, up. Much better at balancing on my right leg. That's 2. Forward, 2, 3. This is 3. Keep your torso upright. Back, 2, 3. Whoa. 3, 2, 3, 4. This is number 4. Back, 2, 3, 4. And forward. This is 5 or 10, as we sometimes call it. Back, 2, 3, up. And down it goes. Well done. If you manage that, what are we doing? Biceps curl. Right. Get one of your bands. Get a slightly tougher band than the one that you were doing this one for. The one we did earlier. You can, yeah. Anyway, stand on the band. Anchor your elbow. I have mine just above my hip bone. Hold on to the band. Hold it. Have the tension such that when your forearm is at 45 degrees, you have to actively use your muscles to stop it going pointing down. And all you're doing is closing your elbow. You're not bringing your, I've seen people sort of try and do it that way. It's not that. The technique is just closing your elbow. That's 1, nice and straight. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's this muscle here, this big muscle at the top of your arm. Don't worry, it won't give you muscles. Well, it won't give you large muscles. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fantastic. Right, the next one we're going to do, you need the chair, because you're going to hold on to it. Just stand behind the chair. When we squat, we've got 3 gluteus muscles. We've got the gluteus maximus, which you all know about, I think, and you've got the medius and the minimus, and they're at the side. And we need to work those as well, because when you're out with all this newfound fitness, if you're out walking, you want to go over a stile, it's those muscles that you use. It's not that you use those muscles as well, because you're standing on one leg, but you need these side muscles to be able to get over the stile. So we're going to just lift the leg sideways, because those are the muscles it uses. If it was your arm, it would be like that. You don't twist your body, and your foot points forward. And we're going to do alternate sides, and we're going to do 10. This is why it's called rock the boat. So we're going to go out. Now, make sure you lift your leg. Don't kick it up. Try and keep your body upright. And then the other one. 1, Don't let it ping down with gravity. 2, place it down. Control it at all times. 3, I can feel this. 4, 5, 6. Ooh, this is getting a bit tough, this. 7. Oh. 8. Only 2 more. 9. 1 more. 10. Whoa. I don't know about you, but I found that quite tough, actually. Whew. Right. I'm just thinking about whether to keep in that exercise where we do this. I think I will, actually. Take the weaker of your bands. You may only have one strength of band. And we're going to just have our hands pointing straight out like that at shoulder height. Now your left hand is going to stay out, your left arm is going to stay absolutely straight and not move, immobile. And this one is going to move out. So you're going to go 1, 2. You can try and straighten it right out if you want. 3, 4. The most difficult bit of this is keeping that arm not moving, I think. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's quite a difficult one, that, isn't it? I think keeping that arm immobile is difficult. But we're going to do it with the other one now. So it's your right arm that doesn't move. Your right arm stays absolutely still. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually, that's less difficult than it was the first time I tried it, so I'm obviously getting better at it. How was it for you? It doesn't really work without a band. But I mean, if you haven't got a band, you can just do that. Right. We're going to finish this bit of the exercises before we do our high intensity stuff with another squat, but we're going to do a sumo squat because that again strengthens the side, the gluteus medius and minimus. So you're going to have your feet at more than hip width apart, and your legs and your feet are going to be at 45 degrees, and you're going to go, you've seen the sumo people, haven't you? You're going to go down. It's the same technique. Your knees don't go over your toes, you're going down. You don't have to go down very far to get some benefit. Ooh, I'm falling backwards to get some benefit, because if you just do that, you could feel the strength, the strain it's putting on your thighs, and you can feel it there as well. Anyway, we're going to do 10. So go down 1. I'm not going to go too far down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to show you what it looks like face on. 7, 8, 9, 10. The dog's going to start barking in a minute because the postman's just come up the path. I don't know what it is about dogs and postmen. Oh no, he's not. I mean, the postman has, but the dog isn't barking. Right. What we're going to end with now, before we go into the stretching, is we're going to end with some HIIT, high intensity interval training. It's all the rage at the moment, but I end with it because it's good. It gets your Get your heart going, get your blood flowing, get your muscles pumping, so that you're going into the stretches nice and warm, because you should never do any never stretch before you start exercising. And what you're going to do, if you're going to do it, is tiny, tiny little steps, using your arms. Don't hunch your shoulders. Tiny steps, tiny, tiny, hardly moving, lifting off the floor, and your arms are going as well. If you've got any heart problems, if you're worried about doing it, if you get chest pain, if you feel dizzy, anything like that, sit down and stop doing it, or don't start doing it. You know, though, we're all adults here. You know yourself, your own capability. So we're going to do 3 lots of 20 seconds with a 40-second break in between. So, ready for the first one. On your marks, get set, go. "17, 18, 19, 20. Right, I've got 40 seconds of rest now. Just to tell you, exciting news. I don't know if any of you ever watch Steph's Packed Lunch, which is on Channel 4 weekdays at 1 o'clock till 1:30, I think it is, with Steph McGovern. Well, yours truly is going to be on there on Friday. I hope that wasn't them phoning up to tell me that they don't want me anymore. But yes, so I'm going to be on that. So if you want to catch that, I think I'm going to be doing the routine that we do. But I'm not sure. So, ready for the second one? 3, 2, 1, off you go. "17, 18, 19, 20. Have another 40-second rest. If you can, if you haven't, if you could hit subscribe or click the subscribe button, because the more subscribers I have, the better it is for me. It doesn't cost you anything, but it's really, YouTube decides your popularity by how many subscribers you've got, which is fair enough, I suppose. So I'd be very grateful if you could hit subscribe and like as well. If you enjoy the class, that would be really good. Right, we're going again in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, off you go. "17, 18, 19, 20. I have 40 seconds, and then we'll go into the stretching. Just to remind you, if you've enjoyed the class and you would like to show your appreciation, you can buy me a coffee in inverted commas. The link is underneath in the comments section. If you want to know anything about fitness, or you want to contact me, it's easiest to do it through my Over 50 Fitness Facebook page, and the link is there as well. So, Steph's Packed Lunch, subscribe and like, buy me a coffee, and Over 50 Fitness Facebook page. I think that's all I've got to say at the moment. So, without further ado, we're going to get onto the stretching. We always start at the bottom, well, not the bottom, but the bottom of the body, the foot of the body. And we're going to start by stretching the calf. So the front leg is forward, the back leg is bent. No, rather other way around. The front leg is bent, the back leg is straight. Both heels are on the ground. Just have a look down, just check that both feet are facing forward. And if you lean forward, the more you lean forward and keeping your heel on the floor, the more you stretch your calf. But be careful you don't ping it. And then very gently bend your back knee, just a tiny bit. Your heel comes off the ground, put a little bit of weight on that, and you should feel the stretch moving down into your Achilles tendon. And we'll hold that for a few more seconds. And then switch. So just have a quick check to make sure both feet are pointing in the same direction. And then gently bend your back knee, heel comes off the ground. Feel the stretch going down into your Achilles. Okay. Next one we're going to do is we're going to stretch the big quadricep, the thigh muscles, because you've been working those quite a lot with the squats and the sumo. If you can, if you want to do it this way, you can grab your foot or your sock or your heel and standing up straight, have your knees together. You could use it as a balancing exercise. But if you can't do that, and I've come around to this way of thinking, actually, I quite like this. Put your hands behind your back and try and kick your hands with your foot, with your heel. And that way you're getting a stretch on your thigh. If you're going to do the one leg standing one, do that now. You get a stretch on your thigh, but also you're strengthening or you're using your hamstrings, because when you do that backward motion, your hamstrings are having to work to pick up your lower leg. Because remember, muscles can only pull, they can't push. So if you are doing the one-legged one, switch legs now. If you're being dynamic like we are, then just keep going, keep being dynamic. 3, 2, 1. Right, now I'm going to let you sit down. We're going to exercise or stretch the aforementioned hamstrings. So sitting up nice and straight, knees at 90 degrees, ankles under your knees, nice and straight. Just check your posture. And then one leg is forward, toe pulled back, and you're going to lean forward from the hips, not from the waist. So you're leaning forward rather than folding down onto your leg. Imagine you've got an eye in your chest and it's looking forward. And go down to your own capability. So stretching, and this is the stretch that most people find most painful, I think. But it should be challenging, but not painful. And then up we come. And then the other one, toe out, back. Sitting up nice and straight, forward, from the hips, not the waist. And sitting up. And the last one that we're going to do on our legs, we're up to the hips now. So sitting sideways on the chair and with at the front, and you're going to stretch this leg out behind you. So you're sitting, your torso is nice and straight, and it's these hip flexors you're trying to stretch. Put your leg out just at your own capability. You may not be able to get your leg very far back. It's absolutely fine, as long as it's a stretch for you. I'm digging in here because I've still got that thing wrong with my hips. Getting better though, it's definitely getting better. And then around we go, the other side, leg out. I don't need to do that. Ooh, maybe I do. Ooh, I can feel that as well. And then we're going to have your arms at shoulder height, palms facing forwards. We're going to go round the old oak tree. So your arms are like that, not straight, they're round like that. And then you're going to dip your head. So you're like that. Try and get your your elbows out to the side, your shoulder blades separated. And it's quite nice on the big muscles at the top of your back and your neck. I find it quite nice. And then if you can, interlink your fingers behind your back. If you can't, just try and get your elbows together, which obviously you won't manage because it's not possible. If you're interlinking your fingers, just lift your arms up, and that gets you the stretch across your chest. Hi, Prue. Stretch across your chest like that. Okay. And then finally, sitting in the chair, don't use the back to support yourself. Use your own back. And we're going to just dip your head and put your hand on your crown, but don't push. Just let the weight of your hand very gently push your head down a tiny little bit. And then lift your head and then turn your head to the left as far as it will go. Put your right hand on the right hand side of your face. Try and turn your head back to the center, but resist with your hand so that you're creating tension in your neck. And really get that fight going, and then release and see if you can turn your head just a tiny bit more to the left. It should move a little bit more. And then gently bring it back to the center. And then do the same with the turning your head to the right. Put your left hand against your cheek or your chin. Try and turn your head back to the center. Resist with your hand. Get all that tension in your neck. And then release. And you should be able to turn your head just a little bit more to the right. And then bring it back. And that's it. Thank you very much for watching my Wednesday class. I'll see you on Monday if you do the strength class. You can see me on Friday if you watch Steph's Packed Lunch. And I'll see you next Wednesday if you don't do the Monday class. Bye.